Hello, everyone. This is Gandair of Vato Clan, and with me is...
Trevorcop from DominateDominion.com.
And we are commentating a League of Legends Dominion tournament brought to you by DominateDominion.com and its admin, the Feedski, as well as Twitch TV. Big shouts out to those guys for making this event possible. In this game, we have Victory versus the Van Weasels. They tell me that's how it's pronounced, so I'm going to roll with that. On Victory's team, we have Skarner, played by DarkJackalX, Blitzcrank, played by Flowerbridge, Vayne, played by ProfessionalLady, Poppy, played by Shakes, Riven, played by Ravenite, and on Van Weasel's team, we have Yorick, played by mollica, Pantheon, played by Senzaiken, Amumu, played by omgitsvenom, and, whoa, my map freaked out. Give me 1 second. We have Wukong, played by Dafe, or Dafe. I'm actually not sure on that one. And we have Ezreal, played by Nex. What do you think of these team comps?
Well, I think the first thing to note, like we said earlier, is that there's a huge amount, inherent skill set of CC, just dominant CC on Team Victory side. But I think it could be different because the Van Weasels have a lot of burst damage heading top. Wukong has an armor reduction, and if he can use that on a target, especially if they target appropriately, then Pantheon can jump on him and use his AoE Heartseeker Strike, and then, I mean, there's not much you can say about Ezreal, who can just kite all day long. So if they do that correctly, I think they have a chance, but they have to stay out of the way of the CC. They have to be conscious of that.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be the name of the game for Victory. They're also packing 5 Exhausts, 3 Garrisons, and 2 Cleanse, and Van der Weasel's team has 5 Exhaust, 2 Cleanse, and a Revive. But the game's starting, Skarner going bot, Yorick going bot, everyone else is going upward.
Yeah, it looks like the Team Victory is going to just push people top again. I'm interested to see if the Van Weasels took that into account, if they watched their last game or not, and if they're just going to play it safe and hold 2 turrets to 1.
Looks like they're going around for starting a fight here.
Yeah, that's smarter than them. They need to get out here. And the Mr. grab, that helps a lot.
Yep. Got Pantheon jumping over that wall. Exhaust going down on Blitz. Exhaust going down on Poppy too.
Nice job by the Van Weasels.
And
Amumu really used that
Flowerbridge getting chased away. And Vayne getting chased out next. Spear from Pantheon taking her out, and Riven getting chased up. Wukong taking her out. And very decisive victory.
Yeah,
for
great job. I think they took notes on how they played earlier, and just played it safe until Amumu came into the fight.
Yep.
And Amumu actually came in very well. He stayed behind the building and got into the fog of war and surprised with the bandage toss to stun.
Yep. Pantheon Wukong over near the mid. And down at the bottom end of the map, we have Skarner and Yorick, both looking like they're breaking even down there. What the? Another fight breaking out middle. And Thunderbeast is still looking to be on top. Arcane Shift by Ezreal, fires off the skill shot. In a funny direction. Blitzcrank gets taken down, Riven diving around, but oh, there's the bandage toss.
Nice job.
Yep. Very good.
It was smart of Team Victory to try to target Ezreal right off the bat, but I think Ezreal did really well at backing up and making sure that he wasn't within range of a pull or a pop-up or any sort of CC.
Yeah, that was a very good call. And Victory, a little bit, seemed like they chased him a little bit when they could have just changed their target to something that was closer.
Yeah, I agree.
And Vayne, patiently waiting for her teammates to show back up. Poppy and Blitz now.
Pantheon might be in a little bit of trouble here.
Pantheon's got a Storm Shield. Don't underestimate that Storm Shield. It's always a lot more powerful than you think when you attack someone that's got one. You attack someone, there's a bolt of lightning, thunderclap, a quarter of your health is gone. Can't explain that. And Blitzcrank getting chased away from the center right.
Yeah, three-man gank down bottom.
Yep. Pantheon coming in too. And he's going to go down there. It looks like he's going to... Oh, not quite get Skarner. But he's trying for it. Ezreal comes down there as well. And it looks like they are going to be able to defend that point.
Nice job again, just that Ezreal being everywhere on the map and really kiting people.
Yep, he's very quick, especially with that arcane shift. At the top of the map, we got Wukong against Vayne and Blitz. Stayed alive for as long as he could.
For those of you who didn't see what happened top, any new players watching the stream, possibly, Wukong went invisible on the turret, and if you do that on the turret while it's neutralized, you actually aren't invisible. That's why Blitzcrank was able to land his grab.
Yes, neutral turrets detect for both sides. There's the aggressive arcane shift. Vayne tucks and rolls away from the skill shot. Ooh, miss with the ult, but
ult.
Pantheon's got things under control. Or more accurately, under his shield. That thing's heavy.
Pretty steady job so far by the Weasels. You know, and I'd be happy saying that name all day long.
That name makes me really excited, but it also reminds me of Austin Powers' Gold member, so...
Ivana Humpalot?
No. Yeah, the Dutch accent. I can't do it.
Oh.
The guy who hates the Dutch in that. Down at bottom, Yorick getting taken out. 3 people down there. Skarner, Riven, Poppy taking out Yorick, going for Amumu next. And they are able to get him. And Victory's going to be able to secure bottom.
Yeah, if the Weasels really push here, they should be able to cap their middle turret and keep it 3-2 push.
Vayne not quite going to be able to solo D that. Stun from Pantheon goes off. Ooh, wow. That was not a good decision to poke her head up like that.
No, and good job on Wukong's part to keep holding that turret there.
That's one of the things in this game that's tricky, is knowing when to hold the tower while your teammates fight, and knowing when to help them fight. And that was...
and it's completely essential to having a win.
Yes. And I think that was a very good call by Wukong by staying there to capture. Looks like Ezreal's gonna get chased down, got the exhaust on him.
But this is a 4-to-1 cap for the Weasels.
Yes, it is. And it looks like they are going to reclaim their mid, too. But they did lose that bottom. Skarner and Yorick sort of settling back in down at the bottom lane. Amumu up by himself near the top of the map. Looks like he's going to go back and defend his tower. Alright. Cool.
Looks like it's a pretty stagnant push down in the bottom.
Yeah.
Until they actually have somebody come down and give them a hand.
But that's not necessarily bad. It's okay to have
Pantheon
a
coming in.
bottom. Pantheon comes down, Amumu drops his snare.
Target Vayne.
Shakes gets taken out, Blitz grabs Pantheon. And just Ezreal, I don't think he'll be able to stop that cap.
Yorick's actually doing a pretty good job bottom to push this lane.
He is. Yorick is a very good push.
And people might be a little bit confused as to why a lot of people often say Yorick is an auto ban. It's not necessarily because of his damage. It's because of his ability to push waves, and also his ability for his ultimate. So if somebody's trying to cap your turret and you end up dying from a big push or from a gank, you've got a while longer to keep interrupting their captures, and it's really, really useful.
Yep. And here goes Weasels.
This is going to be a big dive here. 4-3. Target Vayne and they'll win it.
There's Wukong jumping in. Ezreal stand back shooting. Ezreal getting grabbed. Punched under the tower. Exhaust on Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank's mana shield getting taken out. And Blitzcrank getting taken out.
That damage
Vayne, the
by
last
Vayne.
one alive, takes out Wukong. Almost gets Amumu, but not
There's
quite.
a gank down here going on bottom from Riven and Skarner on top of onto Yorick. He's not got his ult popped.
Yorick does have the tower.
But that's what I mean. I think Yorick was able to save that right there from having his ult up and just give him that few more seconds, you know?
Yep. Now Amumu down there against Riven and Skarn. And there goes Skarn holding the tower while Riven fights. Very good call. Riven might have died had Skarner not been holding that.
Oh,
whoa!
that was close.
22 hit
They should be able to at least pick up
points.
the Skarner pill here.
Skarner is going to get taken out by Ezreal. Riven
Nice job.
barely surviving that. 22 hit points.
Team Victory's minion wave was able to neutralize Weasel's middle turret.
It's always funny when that happens
Wukong
and
from going up.
no one quite catches it. Minions seem to sneak up on you.
It's completely useful too to have one person try to push a wave.
Yeah, there's money in it. That's one thing that I was talking about much earlier on the casting today, is that a lot of people will walk down a lane and not hit any of the creeps when there's money to be had there.
Poppy's going all alone.
Are in the bushes. Poppy by herself. I think she knows. She's going back.
And here's Riven again pushing or ganking bottom.
Yeah. Skarner kidnapping Yorick from the platform, and they're taking him out quite convincingly.
Did not quite have his ult up to try to save that turret.
Nope.
I think they're going to need to provide a little bit more help to Yorick. Either that or Team Victory is going to keep on ganking him because it's proven successful over and over again so far.
Now, if it continues at this rate, Weasels might get overtaken here if they keep losing their bottom like that, because they've done a very good job of being able to maintain harassment up at top.
Poppy's being pretty smart and just staying in the fog of war over by their middle turret, holding that. But so far today, they've all done relatively well at staying in the fog of war and keeping the Weasels kind of in the dark about where they are.
Alright, Blitz, Vayne, and Poppy going for Amumu. Riven up there also.
This does not look good.
Amumu ult. Line with Ezreal ult. Vayne low on hit points. So with Amumu. Amumu gets taken down. Pantheon gets taken down. Blitzcrank also goes down. Ezreal tries to arcane shift away, but he was exhausted. Riven's just looking to get close enough for that stun. No, flashes away.
This is what Ezreal does. Just
Ezreal, very slippery. And just
Skarner
below that,
there.
yeah, Skarner.
They need to go grab that bottom turret really quick.
I think that's what they're going to do.
Yorick or Ezreal is going back.
Blitzcrank though, I think he's going to get there in time.
I think had they all just pushed it, I think they would have at least neutralized it. They do have a big minion wave pushing here.
Well, there's that Garrison though.
But the Garrison obviously comes in handy.
A Poppy coming down from the top.
Uh-oh. Ezreal needs to watch out.
They got ult down on Ezreal.
And that was actually a really good ultimate by Poppy. Able to take no damage while Ezreal was across the wall, already using his arcane shifts.
Yep. And now they're under their own tower. Weasels getting beat up there. Yorick going down. With his ult. Wukong going down. And Yorick actually dead now. And it looks like they're going to pick that up. And they're going to...
good save by Pantheon.
Yeah.
You know, I think the reason that Team Victory is ahead in this match is just because they've been more adaptive all game. It wasn't working up top for them. The initial fight at the windmill wasn't working for them, but they ganked bottom continuously and tried to hold that instead of top.
The things on the bottom generally support the things at the top, and Dominion seems to be no exception to that. You have to sort of rely on those two towers being okay in order to do any sort of upper map play. And when things down there are not okay, it just ruins your plans. Another fight up at Windmill. Pantheon getting taken down, Amumu coming in and ulting. But damage blender up there with 4 champs. Exhaust going down on Ezreal along with the airborne.
Here comes Pantheon.
Pantheon jumping in.
Actually, that revive paid off in that case.
Yeah. But is he going to make a difference? 3
Vayne,
people.
Damage from Vayne.
He's chasing Blitzcrank.
Yorick's trying to push pretty hard here.
And Riven and Vayne got him. Yorick down at the bottom.
He's got a huge wave.
Has Skarner up against the tower. Skarner not the greatest at AoE, but it looks like he does have that under control. And there's 3 caps. 3 towers to 2 in favor of Victory right now. Victory at 234. Nexus health. Weasels just under 200 and ticking down. Still a fairly even game.
The problem for Weasels in these last 2 fights, which is a good call here to try to neutralize middle really quick and get out. I think the problem for them is that they haven't been able to really focus Vayne. She's been dealing a ton of damage to him.
There was the Ezreal.
Oh, not quite neutralized.
Nope, stun from Riven. That's the end of Ezreal.
I think they should get out here and just be happy with it being neutralized.
Amumu getting killed. Blitzcrank giving chase. Poppy quickly catching up. Speedy little character. And missed with the grab. Skarner having a pretty tough time with Yorick down there, but still sustaining a little bit.
Having a tough time, but not having a tough time to the degree that he's neutralizing or having a turret neutralized or actually losing a turret.
Yeah.
So I've got to give him a lot of credit there.
Yeah, things are hard down there for him, but he seems to be able to hold everything down still. And Weasels are going for mid again.
And here we go. I like this move. Wukong coming down to try to gank bottom really quickly and just hold this.
Yep.
I think they should have done that a while ago, personally.
Looks like they're sending a Amumu down. Panth, Wukong, and Ezreal gonna go to mid. And there goes Poppy. Wukong jumping the wrong direction. And getting taken out.
As we see here, yeah, even if Riven had died, she still has that Guardian Angel on. So I mean, Amumu and Yorick couldn't have seen them either way.
Yep. There's Pantheon jumping down bottom. Riven and Skarner under the enemy turret. With a Garrison on it. Poppy coming down. And trying to delay as long as he can, but Pantheon is going to get taken out.
This could potentially be another 5 cap for Team Victory.
Not an easy one, though. They've been working for it.
No.
Especially that Skarner. That Skarner needs overtime pay.
Oh, he does.
And a cushioned chair after this. And a back support. And Yorick, Wukong coming down to bottom 2.
The Weasels should possibly even consider running a 2-3. If they can't do it versus Skarner and Riven, maybe they should have Ezreal come down and try to just get in and poke his way down until they can try to at least neutralize the turret.
Ballsiest recall ever by Skarner just now. Just Ezreal up top. Riven on her way up. She has a Storm Shield. And Ezreal gonna get stunned? No, the Arcane shifts through the wall.
Good escape.
Yep. Not so good for
that
Riven.
That Riven is just scary. Scary Riven putting out that damage and having a Guardian Angel.
Oh, there's Broken Wings. And she dashes up, gets the stun for just a moment.
Yeah.
Ezreal's still running. Guys flash through the wall.
Flash. And it looks like they captured bottom, so the Weasels are actually ahead right now. If they can hold this for a while, they're going to have at least Ezreal recall. But if they can try to hold bottom or push the top and have them hold bottom for a little while, I think they should have a decent chance of scoring some points again.
And fight breaking out at bottom. Victory. Looks like they might be able to clean this up. They just have to deal with Yorick. And
no. He did get it. There you go.
They are able to do so, but they lose Blitzcrank in the process.
Nice job by Ezreal picking up that bottom turret.
Yorick, I think, is one of the best champions ever because he helps while dead. He's an overachiever.
That's right. You know, something that's kind of ironic is in the last game, I watched the Reddit Dominion tournament in which Team Victory, which is the blue team for those viewing, when they actually won it. And there was a Skarner versus Yorick bottom again.
Pantheon coming down up top. Lands in. Spears Poppy, chases her away. Wukong staying and capping.
Nice job by
Pantheon
Wukong.
running interference. Good shot with the
That's some really good
bushes.
Really good coordination between Wukong and Pantheon there to try to time those ults and keep them in the circle.
Ezreal ult not doing too much damage. Ezreal not in a great position. He's surrounded by crowd control on all sides. They're bringing up the mana shield, getting the grab off, and that's going to take care of Ezreal.
Mana barrier just makes him so scary.
Yeah, mana barrier's tough, but it's something that you're going to have to deal with if you're playing against the Blitzcrank. Just when you think he's dead at about a quarter of his hit points, and Wukong taking a lot of damage right there, and he's moving on right out of there.
And if Team Victory is going to be able to hold this for a little bit longer, they will win. It's 185 to 35 right now. And here's Blitzcrank. Yorick's in trouble.
He is missed with the grab, but
which doesn't happen often.
No, he's been very good with it so far. Yorick getting taken down. The static field goes off from Blitz. Vayne coming down into the fight now. Exhaust goes off on her. And she's taken out. And it's just Blitzcrank against Pantheon. There goes the mana shield. Quickly getting eaten through though.
Meanwhile, Poppy's going to be able to capture their mid, so I don't know how hopeful that was.
Riven chasing Ezreal across the map. Maybe Poppy will intercept. Still 3 caps to 2. Weasels ticking down.
Poppy was about to go back, but Ezreal showed up and she decided to stay last minute, or last second.
And without a neutral,
they're going to need to capture this turret really
they need it
quickly.
right now, but Poppy was not going to let them have that. Ending the game right there with a win for Victory. It even shows their name at the end of game screen. How about that? It's the second time that's happened.
Coincidence?
I think not. What do you think about the way that game played out?
Man, I mean, really to the last game Victory played, I think they just had way too much CC for anybody to deal with. I think that was the deciding factor ultimately. I was a little bit actually worried for Victory after the beginning. I thought the Vayne Weasels had come in prepared, especially after Team Victory launching that 4-1. The Vayne Weasels kind of expected it and kind of held off, and then caught them off guard, taking them out and actually going ahead in turrets, almost 5-capping. But you know, I think the CC changed everything, and it's just so hard for the Vayne Weasels to actually target Vayne. There's Poppy and there's Riven, especially when Riven got that Guardian Angel. She was way too hard to kill. And then there's Vayne in the back doing true damage, armor reduction, and just a ton of attack speed.
Yeah, there was the CC was extremely effective all game for Victory. Although Vayne Weasels did display very good coordination and very good map control, because the use of the bushes up just above the health relics, they launched a lot of ganks there, and they also had very good awareness of, well, there's 3 people top, let's go scissor down into their middle and bring them down away from top, away from where they do not have that defender's advantage anymore, and then we will engage them. And that seemed to do well for them, but in the end, I'd give the MVP award to Blitzcrank.
I can think of one time actually that game. I'm sure I missed a few, but I can think of actually one time where I saw a missed grab, and that was at bottom when he missed on Yorick, and still managed to capture the turret. But you know, actually, I think I would give my MVP from that game to Riven. She was just an immovable object throughout the latter part of the game. When she would get close to Ezreal, and Ezreal would be close to having her dead, but then he had to think about, well, damn, she's got a Guardian Angel. If I kill her, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, Guardian Angel almost in a way functions like Zhonya's Hourglass. You become untargetable for a couple seconds, and then you come back.
That's right.
So
I think next game we've got consolation rounds between Motherlands and the Vayne Weasels.
At least we get to say their name again, right?
That's right.
Alright, and we will be bringing that game to you shortly here. Until then, I am Gandair.
And I'm Trevorcop.
And we will see you in the next game.